this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw again is Jackson.
Here we go.
Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Being chased out left. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Raider D, they get the football back. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
52.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
On 2nd down now, it's Jackson. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Alert! Hey, Delta. Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got a man. It's the tight end Casper.
Let's go.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
1st and 10 at the
You ain't doing nothing. Alert, alert, alert. You ain't doing nothing today.
Protein spill.
Check 50.
He's checking. He's checking. He's checking.
Half.
Safe. Joker. Hey, alert 3. Alert.
On 1st down, it's Jackson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
brings up 2nd and 10.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 7.
He's mine.
Now Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Holt. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. 46 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And it's now 21-7.
Makes the score. Raiders 21. Visitors 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term
It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there. 53 yards.
Single.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Flushed out right. This is caught. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Saquon Barkley. He scored on the ground and through the air as his guys are back within a single score. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a give right side. Jackson. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Slam, slam.
61, match box.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line.
At their own 9-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. Coming.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Mean Joe Green picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Loss on the play. It's 2nd down.
To try again after the sack. Jackson.
Check.
Got a man. It's Randy Moss complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Now, Sometimes a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former USC man, Taylor Mays. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Let's get the ball. Mike 50, Mike 50.
I smell fear in that offense.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Switch gears.
On second down, it's Jackson. Past the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one good for 33 and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
80 weapon. Sponge. No.
They'll run with a big man, Bo Jackson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction.
Middle. Here we go.
Now a give, right side. It's Jackson, and he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Alert.
Here we go. Kill.
Middle.
Motion, pump.
On third and long, it's Allen. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Check. General West.
Kill. He's coming.
5 wide.
They'll run now with Okoye. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
And now it's blocked. And the defense picks it up. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10, 5, and all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They decipher.